Hello and welcome. I am the Spiritual Genie. This is my second time making this video, but who cares about that? If you love my vibe and want to become part of the tribe, please like, share, and subscribe. And keep in mind, I love when you guys interact in the comment section. Let's just keep it respectful, keep it high vibration, keep it of high value. Okay? So that being said, I have some exciting content planned for you guys tonight. I actually have to remake this video because YouTube wanted to cut and chop my last one that I made about this. We are going to break down the symbolism of the Super Bowl ritual, and we are going to kind of take a look here at, break down the symbolism in Rihanna's, her outfit decision, her performance. We're going to look at also Damar Hamlin's jacket controversy and take a look at potentially what all of this means. Is this a psyop for something more? Are we focusing on the wrong things as there's other things going on over here? Is this a sleight of hand? I just saw 111 in the time. Is this a sleight of hand from the powers that be, the puppet masters, as we dare say, right? So I cannot play video footage of the performance, although it was fascinating to break it down in my last video. I did find some images that we can just go off of, and let's just kind of get started. There's a lot going on right now. UFOs getting shot down out of the sky. It almost feels like we're being pacified. Is there something bigger looming that we are kind of being distracted away from looking at? And, is it a little bit of are you distracting us from the truth by calling these UFOs and the spy balloon and these unidentified flying objects getting shot down a distraction? Is this something we do need to be more worried about? Is this potentially foretelling some greater events like possibly World War III? I don't know. I'm not making judgment calls here. We're just going to take a look and analyze and kind of get into discussion. This whole video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. That being said, let's just get right in, okay? So first thing I did want to start with, which I thought was very interesting, and there are some different takes on this. I do find it funny that when you search about it on Google, all you do get is a bunch of, where'd it go? All you do get, sorry, okay, I got to share the tab first. Here we go. Present, share screen. So when you Google search, all you do get is definitely like a bunch of far left, a far left kind of, I guess, I don't know what to call it exactly, just far left interpretations of, or critiques of what is being said by the right, I guess, about Rihanna's show. I don't care what the left or the right is saying about it. We're going to talk about kind of like the more esoteric and the more hidden meanings of things here, right? Hidden in plain sight, okay? So let me tell y'all, there is no such thing as coincidence, okay? When it comes to this situation right here with Rihanna holding up this infamous hand sign, and at one point this hand sign, it's not coincidence that they use these hand signs, people who are a part of the secret clubs, if you know what I mean, that have been existing for ages and ages and ages, which we'll also talk more about. These are symbols. Everything is a symbol, right? But this is symbolism. The entire Super Bowl is one big ritual. I honestly feel like it's a fixed game. I feel like there's nothing but symbolism the whole entire time. It's potentially even a psyop to distract you from looking at something more important. Predictive programming, what is that? The media and the puppet masters and powers that be showing us and foretelling events in the movies and shows that we watch, and in all the, what would have in ancient times been plays of the sacred mysteries are nowadays movies and shows. And so do they show us things before they happen, like this train fire in Ohio? Are we focusing on these false idols as there are more important things going on over here? I would definitely say the answer is yes. I keep getting a lot of confirmation with angel numbers when I look at the time. So this is less of a spiritual video, but also, of course, we're going to talk about the spiritual aspect always, because I'm the spiritual genie. And just beyond the veil of what you can perceive with your two eyes is what you need to be perceiving with your your third eye. And things are not always as they seem, all right? Hidden in plain sight. It's like it's the ancient sleight of hand. It's the ancient trick, right? So for me, her outfit is giving, first of all, we'll start with the symbolism of what we see. The outfit is giving, for me, flesh on the outside. It's giving, you know, the stuff that's inside of us, that's in our veins. It's giving, like, if you've ever heard of the Red Shoe Club, you should definitely look that up. If you're interested in going on a dark rabbit hole, which might change your life, potentially not for the better. But knowledge is power, and I do believe that the truth will set you free. So if you're interested, look at red leather shoes, Red Shoe Club. I don't know, but that's kind of what this is giving a little bit. But it's also giving, like, the whole performance was giving kind of like inverted divine mother energy for me. You know, and as we're over here focusing on this, though, it's like, it's crazy. There's this massive chemical fire raging, and there was a movie called White Noise that was made about a train, or I think it was a train fire, or a massive chemical fire, or a train fire, something like that, happening in Ohio. So it's very bizarre. Bizarre coincidences. I don't know. Let me plug my computer in. It might die. And that would not be any good for our broadcast now, would it? This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And I'm going to move you over there, little dog, so that I don't squish you. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So here we have what some would consider an Illuminati, quote unquote, hand sign. I do believe that's kind of true, but I think there's also probably more to it than that. It has to do with the, you know, the Pyramid of Giza, the sacred mysteries, like I said, ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. It has to do with the all-seeing eye of Horus or Ra, which has to do with the third eye, which has to do with, you know, the Egyptians knew, check it. I was actually researching this earlier. Like, the hand sign like this actually has to do with the all-seeing eye and the pyramid. So it has to do with ancient knowledge around the awakened ones. Illuminati meaning the illuminated, right? They're the ones who carry the secrets through the ages. But unfortunately, they've profaned this brotherhood of darkness, to be honest, is really what they should be called, has pretty much profaned sacred knowledge, sacred ancient knowledge, and kind of hoarded it to themselves. So they do these performances and these rituals kind of like as almost a way to like rub it in our faces that, you know, they're the ones that hold these ancient secrets and we don't. Okay, so Divine Mother in reverse vibes. Some people were even saying that her dancers looked like Chinese spy balloons. I mean, honestly, they kind of do, but it's also giving this like medical, kind of giving like medical outfits vibe, like sterile medical outfits. She's giving like, you know, almost like Sing Wen vibes, I guess we'll say. So is this a coincidence? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments what you think, you know, or is this really all just one big distraction away from that, which is really important. There was one other thing I did want to look at that I thought was so just interesting. Also, Damar Hamlin, you know, and his interview with the very long, uncomfortable pause when he was being asked what his doctors had to say about his whole experience of collapsing on the field with the 1 in a million hit or whatever it was that he had. He's not the first athlete that this has happened to, I guess we'll just say. So it definitely raises a lot of questions, but the look on his face was pretty hard. It looked heartbroken. It looked that he was kind of terrified to answer the question, like he had been possibly told not to answer the question honestly, because he did say that he declined in talking about it because he didn't really want to. He said he didn't want to talk about it. For some reason, he felt very uncomfortable talking about, you know, whatever it was that was discussed between him and his doctors post hit on the field. So, but it's odd because you can't say the same thing for all these others that are also just seeming to fall down out of nowhere with sudden heart problems, especially sometimes people who are very young, like very, very, very young, like very young adolescent age. They shouldn't be being afflicted by heart problems at such a young age. It just seems like all really common factors. My cat is climbing my curtains over there. Seems like common factors since a certain pandemic has kind of been ravaging the world. So I don't know. You guys tell me also what you think in the comments about that. Is it strange? Is it weird? Is it starting to look like a pattern is kind of like showing up here? Because to me, it feels like it is. Okay, let me pull this up. All right, so here's the jacket, right? Eternal. But then it's got like, okay, it's got Jesus here. In this very tragic depiction, I will definitely say this is not, and I mean tragic as in like, come on, like you couldn't do any better than that. Like a depiction of like your man Yeshua, like the mystical, you know, Jesus that so many people love and cherish on this earth. Like that's a pretty hideous kind of display, I guess you would say. I feel like it's pretty blasphemous, and I think, you know, I can't remember the name, but the other player that pretty much ripped him, like I can't blame him. Like this is it's upsetting. And for me, the entire Super Bowl ritual was really giving like, you know, inverted mockery. It was giving a mockery, I will just say it. And like, you know, these satanic ones do love to mock God, and they do love to mock Jesus. And I'm not a religious person by any means. I mean, I respect religion, I study it. Yeah, sure. But I also see the allegory in a lot of the stories, and I try not to hold dogma, and I don't believe in like this good and bad kind of, you know, this dogmatic way of thinking. I think that that's dangerous. And I think that in 2023, in the age of Aquarius, we're being called to think with our 5D minds and really kind of like ascend out of these like lower modes of thinking and fear. So if it's fear-based and you are in your fear, then know that that is not the right mode to be in. Like the one and all would never want you to be existing in a state of fear. How can you manifest in a state of fear? Nothing can come about. So don't be afraid of this stuff too. It's also just, this is all just distraction. It's trickery. You know, it could be hiding something more sinister though. Like, let me see. What was I looking at? Here we go. So here's this incident in East Palestine, Ohio. All we know about affected areas and a cancer-causing chemical. You know, it's kind of weird that also the names of these towns that these kind of horrific events have been happening in lately, like East Palestine and like the Moscow incident with the Moscow, you know, Idaho student, you know what's red rums. So it's interesting that we're having tensions in these Eastern places. And for some reason, we're having also strange things happening in our country in towns with these names. I don't know. Could be a connection, maybe not, but that is a little weird for me. So, but what's even weirder as we're looking at this, okay, pretty scary stuff. Animals are dropping out of nowhere, and that had been perfectly healthy before. People are very concerned. These are very hazardous chemicals. And are we really just focusing on these false idols and this Super Bowl mockery of all that is good and all that is, you know, holy and whatnot, while there is some stuff like this going on? And what's up with the movie White Noise or whatever? Here we go. White Noise movie 2022. Check it out. This is really freaking weird. Okay. White Noise 2022 film, Wikipedia. It's absurd comedy drama film. Whatever. That doesn't matter. From a 1985 novel with the same title by Don DeLillo. Ooh. After Ohio train derailment, residents are living the plot of a movie they helped make. Could it be a coincidence? Use your brains, people. Like, to be honest, this even says the eerie parallels between Netflix White Noise and the Ohio train derailment disaster. So I'm not going to click on that because I don't know if that's a video or what, but is life imitating art a little too closely, or is there something else going on? This is not a coincidence. There aren't coincidences in life. Come on, you guys. The reason why I also say like the Super Bowl is a ritual and this and that, because predictive programming, you know, all these events, all the events that are seen in predictive programming, like The Simpsons, for example, has predicted what? How many numerous events over time? How many? The Simpsons has predicted so many events, right? From Donald Trump getting elected to, I don't even know what, all kinds of stuff. Maybe even the Twin Towers falling. Like, it's all planned out through gematria and numerology. I promise you that there are like professionals that are, there's a saying, right, that millionaires don't hire astrologers or mystics, but billionaires do. They know the secrets of the occult. It's all occult, and this is all symbolism. And if you think that this isn't occult symbolism right here, you're absolutely asleep, and you must go put your head back in a hole immediately, because this is going to be too much for you. It's over your head. It's a giraffe. You know, they exalted her in this show. The dancers were all dancing very frenzied around her, I would definitely say, for this halftime performance. And it looked pretty demonic. There were definitely parts that looked demonic. They were in a frenzy. They were like, you know, exalting her in this very inverted, like Bloody Mary vibe almost, I want to say. And look at the red leather jacket. I'm telling you, red leather in this scene does not mean anything good. It symbolizes sacrificial energy. I will tell you that. Look at that. And it's just it's funny. The twist starts to come. The twist, the spin, right? These spin doctors of the media, all of a sudden they love, because they know that people are getting hip to this stuff. They know that we're starting to all wake up. It's the age of Aquarius. It's 11/12 right now. 1112. I've been seeing angel numbers this whole time. Sparked the Illuminati conspiracy theories online. Sparked them. What? Why try to distract me? I'm always curious whenever someone tries to really distract me away from something. I really want to know why. It makes me want to look at it even more. Like, why are you trying to make me not look at it? Why do you not want me to look? Why don't you want me to talk about certain things? There's got to be a reason behind that, right? Why have they always been going out of their way to silence people like me who speak truth and who can kind of see beyond the veils of illusion here? So when you learn how to see with your third eye and you meditate and you create a meditation practice, and if when you're ready to do that, you want to contact me and get some guidance, please do. Links in the description. But I digress. Like, you got to see with your third eye and not your two physical eyes, because there's so much going on behind the veil that you don't see. And just because you don't believe in magic, or you want to be derailed by people calling this a conspiracy theory, it's way too easy to, the mind is malleable. It's easy to get people to think whatever you want. Just control their emotions, right? Just control their emotions. So here's just this spy balloon situation, right? Dancers did kind of look like that. But people are kind of saying like, oh, spy balloon, whatever, it's not so ominous. But like, what were the other things? Why are they're having all these briefings about it? There's definitely something more going on here. There's definitely something more going on here. Tensions between China and the US, tensions going on with all of the stuff with Ukraine, right? We could be on the brink of World War III. I don't know. But if we are, it seems a heck of a lot like that movie, Don't Look Up, doesn't it? Like, look over here, look over here. We're finding all kinds of strange stuff. Even this says, you know, Canada's Trudeau sees a pattern. And there's a lot that's not being said, and there's a lot that's not being talked about amongst Americans and the Canadian officials. They won't really talk exactly about the origin, but there seems to be a pattern in the origin, is what it says. So is this Super Bowl psyop a distraction to keep us from looking at some major world events that are very potentially destructive, like this chemical train derailing fire freaking situation? Devastation. You know, that could potentially cause a lot of harm. That could cause a lot of like illness or sickness in people. And of course, they don't want you to look at it. But why with the predictive programming? Is it possible? Like I said, tell me what you guys think in the comments. I'm not saying either way. I'm really just kind of posing the questions and really just getting the dialogue going. This is all just for entertainment and educational purposes, right? Who am I? What do I really know? I am the Spiritual Genie, however. And if you like this video, please hit the like button before you get out of here. Please subscribe if you love my vibe and want to become part of the tribe. If you're returning, thank you. I love you. You mean so much to me. You're my tribe, my family, and everything. And if you are new, I appreciate you and all that you are and all that you do. And I look forward to seeing you again if you so decide to come back. So let's just exit out of that and end this video on a little bit more of a positive note. I just want to let you guys know, you know, the end is only the beginning. Never have fear. Do not let fear creep in, because if you attune yourself to a fearful vibration, that is what you're going to attract into your life. Know that you are divinely protected. Know that you are divinely blessed. Do not worship these false idols. Try not to get distracted by the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't get distracted by the baloney. Don't believe the whatever. Don't look at the psyops, you know. And trust your gut. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. See with your third eye. Develop your intuition by meditation, taking care of your body, abstaining from toxins, alcohol, things that are going to lower your vibration. It's the best thing we can do to prepare ourselves for whatever might be coming in these next days. Because I don't know about you guys, but things are getting weird on planet Earth. And I guess I'm just happy that I have all of you and an ability to share this information and to just get our little wheels turning and get thinking, because it's important. It's important to think and to talk about things. And that is how we can make positive change happen in this world and how we can affect each other. We've got to, you know, stay alert. Love you guys so much. Take care of yourselves. Reach out to me if you're interested in a private reading of any kind, spiritual coaching, or meditation guidance. I do meditation coaching, spiritual coaching. I do private readings. I do life path readings. And I also am open to discuss other things if you would like. So please check the description and